What's up guys, Sebastian here with Walker's Vintage. Today we'll be showing you some of the new gear that we got this week, and part of it is these awesome Fender American Professionals II finished in Miami Blue. They're killer guitars. We have the Strat and the Tele, and yeah, we're running them through the Fender Blues Deluxe and a few new Maestro pedals. So without further ado, let's hear a little bit of what they have to offer. So as you heard, this Fender American Professional II is a great sounding guitar. It's basically a step up or an improvement over the old American Professional Series. They have done a few modifications that make it even more modern player friendly, and I think that it's a killer guitar. I really like the sound. These are the V-Mod 2 pickups. Fender says that they have this vintage character that also happens to have some modern features here and there, but to my ears they sound very modern. I feel like it's a very record-ready guitar. They have like this compression to them, almost like, you know, how you hear guitars in today's music, unlike vintage gear that is very 3D sounding with a lot of bass and highs and just a lot of presence. I feel like guitars, they occupy more of a tighter spot in a mix for modern music, and I feel like this guitars deliver that sound right away, especially through an amp like this, like the Blues Deluxe, which again, I don't think like it's a very dynamic amp. The fact that it sounds more contained makes it a little bit easier to play. You don't have to worry about the dynamics too much. The guitar plays really well. The neck is this deep, thin type profile that feels amazing. It has big frets, and the radius is this compound flat radius that just feels incredible. It also has this satin finish that it's not sticky at all. It's a very comfortable guitar to play. The moment I picked it up, I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be able to shred on this thing. It just feels incredible. And yeah, I love the color too, Miami Blue. They also have many other colors available, which you can pre-order in our website. You also find this comfortable heel in the bottom, which allows you to get to the higher frets without any problems at all. And then the bridge has been redesigned to make it a little bit more modern and comfortable. The saddles, besides being compensated, they also have been shaven on the sides, giving it this bullet-like aspect, which makes it a little less rough on the hands. And also the cutout of the edge of the bridge has been reduced a lot more. So if you like to feel the strings towards the end of the bridge with your right hand, you can now do so with this design. And finally, something that is unique to this series is that the Strat and the Tele have this push-pull system that does different things on each one of them. But on the Tele, for example, it runs both pickups on series, so almost like a humbucker. It's a sound that you rarely find on a Tele, and it's very different from like the classic out-of-phase tone that you typically find on a guitar like this. So it's kind of cool. It just gives you a little bit more versatility, a different variation in the sound. Then when the Strat, what it does is that it basically adds the neck pickup regardless of what position you're in. So if you're in the bridge and you add the neck pickup, you're gonna have almost like a auto-phase tele combination. If you are in the position in between the middle and the bridge, now you're gonna have all three pickups at once. So it's really cool. I mean, it gives you many different options, and again, it makes the guitars even more versatile. Moving over to the amp, the Blues Deluxe is a staple. It's been around since the early 90s, and it's actually, I didn't know this, the predecessor of the Hot Rod. The Hot Rod is basically, it's a modded Blues Deluxe. And yeah, it's a great sounding amp. These tend to be a little bright sometimes, so we have to tame the high end a little bit. And I really like to run them on the drive channel with very little overdrive and then just controlling the dynamics. If I want to get a little bit more hair out of the sound and more grittiness, I'm just gonna dig in. But if you play softly, the amp cleans up beautifully and it sounds really, really good. It takes in pedals really well, and you can also use advantage of the fact that it has two channels to tweak your sounds to however you like them. These are also famous for just being very reliable. They're a staple in many backline and touring rigs. So if you get one of these amps, reliability is not gonna be an issue. They're very sturdy and they last forever and they sound amazing. What else can you ask for? Also, it is a 40-watt 6L6 combo, so it has plenty of headroom for basically any scenario. We're also featuring some of the brand new Maestro pedals. I'm very impressed with the sound. I feel like Gibson has really nailed, the tone within these pedals. They feel classic yet modern at the same time. It's a really cool feeling. The sounds are amazing. I really, really like the Fuzz-Tone. It really adds this fatness to your sound, especially if you're soloing on the bridge pickup. It has a lot of sag, and on the modern setting, which has a bit more mids than the classic setting, it just really sounds fat and it pairs up beautifully with this guitar. Then the Comet chorus has this really, really nice vibrato type of sound. It's not as modulated in a way as a chorus, but it has a great sound. You can go from a very extreme choppy type of chorus to like a very subtle effect, and I love it because of that. It's very, very versatile. You can also add a lot of volume with the mix control and just have the pedal really drive up the signal. And then finally, the Discover delay. It's an analog delay that sounds really, really good. I'm using it as kind of like a slapback sound just to give the solos a bit more juice, and it sounds really good. I mean, in combination, all these together, it just makes for an awesome sounding rig that is just great. It feels awesome to play. It sounds really good. It's very inspiring, and I think that's what it's all about. So without further ado, you've already heard the Tele. Let's go ahead and move on to the Strat. All right, guys, if you like what you've seen, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, if you like this gear, it is all available in our website, Wildcrest Vintage, and you can now find the links down below in the description. For more content like this, follow us on Instagram, and if you're ever in Miami, make sure to pay us a visit. We're located in the area of Wynwood. My name is Sebastian, and I'll see you guys in the next video.